All right, for about a decade now, I've had the chance to interview Sean from Treefrog several times over the decade, I'd say, and it's a pleasure to see you once again, and you never change. I don't know what your secret is. Could be the green hair. How are you?
It's surgery. No. Really good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm good. I'm really having a good time here at Collision, talking to so many startups over the last few days, many of which have said they're affiliated with Treefrog. So I was very happy to hear that. Why don't you, if you don't mind, give us a Treefrog 101 to our viewers who aren't familiar with your company and all the different business units within it.
Yeah, okay, there's lots to say about Treefrog. So a group of companies that do a lot of really interesting things. We're best known probably as being a digital marketing or digital transformation agency. We've been doing that for so long, I don't want to say, because it'll date me, but for a very long...
Pre-social media.
And we have, as a result, thousands of clients in the York Region area and have done lots of cool stuff with that. About 5 years ago, we started an accelerator because we had a lot of companies that we were building, so we do software development, marketing, et cetera, app development, and when we'd build an app or work with a company, we'd sort of push them out the door and then they'd fall over without a lot of support in either funding or other things. And so we had a company that we built on our own that went off through an accelerator, and the accelerator was amazing. It changed our lives. Helped us raise money, helped us do a whole bunch of other cool things. We built a little IoT company, which you interviewed us for years ago. Anyway, so we realized that need, and so we started working with companies, and I think now we've had 750 companies go through the accelerator, which is pretty cool.
To say the least.
Yeah, so many cool companies. Listen, it's just such a pleasure and a rewarding for me. We get to meet companies, help connect them with investors, and make sure they've got all the sort of key knowledge around marketing and finance in a very compressed course, and then keep them in the relationship so we can help them out in other ways. And I think here at Collision, we have 28 companies, thanks to York Region, as well as many other things that we're doing with the companies here. I can only get like 10 feet without bumping into somebody else.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you said how many you've got here, because I was going to ask you, I know it's like asking to pick your favorite kids, your children, but there's been, as I mentioned, so many we've interviewed who have been working with you and your organization. What do you think it is about York Region that is to say that we're our own worst enemy for many of us? Like what are, like, do we have an inferiority complex? What is it about organizations that drive you nuts when you see so much potential that they may not see?
Oh, that's a good question. Listen, everyone who knows me, has seen me in an interview in the past, knows that I am in love with York Region. I'm not from York Region. I moved there intentionally, started a business intentionally. We were just talking about this. There is this incredible feeling in York Region when you're dealing with businesses, that businesses help other businesses. It's not a bunch of people who are sort of doing business for business sake. You'd never heard well, we just did it for business sake. There's people actually wanting to support other people. So people will show up, even the successful businesses that don't need to, show up and help other businesses be successful. And you get that in downtown Toronto as well, but the relationships that you get when you're just outside of the city and you have this sort of meaningful, ongoing, long-term opportunity to interact with businesses helps grow the community. And then there's the community aspect as well, like York Region. If you've been there, it's so nice.
I live there.
Right, exactly. Everyone should.
Live and work from there.
Not everyone should. Well, everyone should. We can only fit so many people in York Region, and eventually it's going to explode, but it is kind of exploding.
Speaking of exploding, I was going to say Newmarket, just the restaurant scene alone, it's amazing.
I know, right? Yes, that's how I gained all of this extra weight.
You and me both, brother. I guess finally, what do you think, what is it, I would say, and finally, what is it that you're looking to get out of Collision Conference? Are you here to just take a look at all of the projects that you've got a connection to? Are you looking for more business? I mean, what's an ideal takeaway for you this week?
Wow, good question. One is that we've met all of these cool businesses that we didn't know about, so there's this opportunity to collide with and see other things. The other thing is, many of the companies and people that we do work with on a day-to-day basis, we don't see them in real life. So this is an opportunity for us all, at least a dozen times today. I've met 2 or 3 people that we would have never been in a room together, never had the time, and just that 5 or 10 minutes of let's continue this conversation. Those conversation starters, this is like throwing sparks in a bunch of gasoline. It's great. It's going to start all sorts of amazing things.
Well, it's always a pleasure chatting with you, Sean. We love your passion and your vision, so keep up the great work, and it's great to be interviewing a York Region success story.
Love it. Thank you, Mark. Good to see you.